Paul, a frustrating evening for you?
Yeah, that's the word, absolutely. I think you could tell kind of what the game was going to be like from the first probably 2 minutes. Ultimately, when it's like that, you need to score. As in to change, not just to win the game, but to change the probably way that it's played out. Either you then have a comfortable victory, or they have to come out and do something a little bit more. And again, that's not a criticism of them at all, but we have to find a way, and we didn't. I think we've had a couple of good chances. Keeper made a good save from Harry. Springs to mind, Luke Waterfall, back post. We've hit the post, and there was a blatant handball miss, but in the end, we didn't score, so that's by the by. And as you said, a frustrating evening.
You and Chris in the technical area looked particularly frustrated first half. What were you not happy with?
I think we could have played a little bit quicker. I think we started all right, and then the longer it goes, I think you can feel a little bit of anxiety creeping. But they were just positionally a couple of things that weren't quite right from our point of view of how we felt we could cause them a few more problems. But I think when you have them evening, that's kind of how you feel. You feel like the probably goal will come. In truth, I did feel that we would get the winner, but obviously each minute that ticks by, you start to question that. I think, is it going to be our night? Towards the end, we've slashed it through a few things, made good contact. Not saying they're like really obvious goal scoring opportunities, but if you hit the ball cleanly, it either goes towards goal, it might take a deflection, but we kind of kick it out of play or totally miss it and it doesn't go forward. So yeah, it's one of those nights where we dominate, in fairness to them, and not going to try and hide. Max made a great save from a long range shot, and they had a couple of situations on the break, which is their game plan. But overall, obviously, we almost played the game in half a pitch for large parts of both the first and second half.
And is a lot of it about just keeping your heads as well as putting the pressure on?
Yeah, and I've seen watch football and seen that happen before. Certainly seen it higher up the leagues, and if you win 1-0, a team gets praised for keeping the patience. The only thing I would say towards the end of the game is a few opportunities. We need to put the ball in the box and don't do it quick enough. I think that should be common sense, realistically. But they kept probing away, they kept trying, but it wasn't to be. Like I say, I think maybe that you didn't quite get that rub of the green, like hitting the post, and whether we'd have scored the penalty, obviously, is another matter. But I don't think it gets more blatant than that, having watched it back. I'll be honest, I didn't see it, but the reaction of everyone else, and having seen it back, I'm not really sure how it's missed.
And I suppose, in a way, it's more frustrating after the great win on Saturday.
It is. At the same time, having not won on Saturday, then we're even further behind. So, I've said to the players, we've got a game on Saturday. Would we have took? And again, you can cut off points of the season and say how many games, but would we have took 7 points out of the 3 games beforehand? I think we probably would. But that said, that now puts an element of pressure to a degree on Saturday's result. We're probably better winning that way around if it had to be a choice. But I think the win Saturday, that good feeling, it almost leads you into tonight thinking you just have to turn up to win. And you try and guard against that. And I don't think it was a lack of effort realistically. I think that one thing first off we did speak about is we needed more forward runners, and we were coming to feet. It was blatantly on. I think that was probably, thinking about it, John, the biggest frustration and probably what you saw from up in the press box.
I suppose the plus tonight is that Sean Scannell got a few minutes.
He did, yeah. I'm sure he'll be asked at some point, so I'll preempt it that the injured player was Max Wright again. He was moaning about his hamstrings at the weekend after the game, and then yesterday in training, quite early in the session, he felt his quad again. Not the same place, I don't believe, but he's been sent for a scan. I'm not sure. We might have the results, but I haven't been told what they are as yet. So that gave Sean an opportunity. Well, he did okay when he came on, and I've said it at the weekend. It's a squad game, and sometimes he's been very much on the periphery, but it might be that he gets a chance now. We'll see.
Frustrating for Max, frustrating for you. I mean, particularly, I suppose, with his contract running out at the end of the season, it must be a worrying time for him as well.
It's never a nice time when you're injured, full stop, but when you've had that amount of injuries and, as you just said there, contract situation, it can't be easy, and I don't want to come across as, not caring, because clearly I do. I don't wish that on anyone. At the same time, that's part and parcel of being a manager, that injuries hit and you don't forget about them altogether, but in terms of tonight and moving forward in the next game, you have to concentrate on the players that are fit and what you can do, what options are available, and move forward.
I'm assuming him and Fox won't be available for the weekend probably. What about Jordan Maguire-Drew? Has he got a chance?
No, not from what I've been told today. He was in earlier today, did some work. He's been on the grass very sort of lightly yesterday, a little bit more today, but I think they quickly reverted back to the gym work. He was kind of asked to go at a certain pace, and he very kind of, what you'd say, almost easy osy. He's still feeling it, so he'll be out. On Ben Fox, it wasn't good news. It involved a bit of tendon, so he'll be out for a number of weeks, probably a couple of months. So that's not great news for us. So all for Ben, obviously, more importantly probably, but we get on with it.